How should I start this video? I'm just done being a perfectionist. I'm done creating hooks which attracts the right audience. I'm done speaking like a persona which I don't really feel to be. We came into a time of our society where you do everything to succeed in life. The main purpose and the main goal in life is to become someone in a society. In your field, you should be the best. In your field, you need to be knowledgeable, you need to be an expert, you need to be athletic, you need to have a straight posture, you need to do everything right. But what I realized in the last year, spending a lot of time just by my own and with AI, I just realized that no matter how hard you try to be someone else, you cannot change who you really are. And it reminded me on a hadith from our Prophet ﷺ that he said there that we were created with two characters. The one character is on the inside, and only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that. And the other character is on the outside. Just quoted, of course. And I had the habit, subhanAllah, to now, for example, go back, look at the 100% right hadith. Maybe it isn't the character, it is the disposition. And of course, we need to be strict when it comes to hadith, especially sahih or not sahih. But what I realized is that when you're focusing so much on making it right for the sake of doing it right, for other people, for not being judged, this is not the purpose. You should do it because you fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when I think about the title, I will probably name it, I'm sick and tired of being a perfectionist. Often I thought that it's about overthinking and just having so many thoughts that you cannot really stop working. And you have a task and you cannot stop thinking about another thing and another thing, and you can add this and you can add that. But perfectionism for me is especially having everything done and still working on like the same piece over and over and over again. And yesterday I wanted to create a video which I found really, really, really valuable. It was about like the Sahabas and how the Sahabas kind of like manifested their life, and just like had a comparison between like manifestation and Islam. And I realized I was sitting 10 minutes at the hook. 10 minutes. And one day before that, I created one of my first YouTube videos where I talked about like Islamic brand and personal brand. And the whole video cost me 1 hour to produce for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes upload. And when I cut everything out and I saw this number from 5 minutes, I thought to myself, subhanAllah, yani, we distract ourselves so much by the opinion from ourselves. I'm not talking even like from the opinion from others. There's like a whole nother fear we could talk about. But the fear of doing it right for your own sake. And I thought a lot about that to be in a situation, like to be a perfectionist, where you are the biggest critique for yourself. No one else says something. Everything else is perfect. Like probably I don't sit exactly in the middle. Normally, like subhanAllah, in the beginning when I sat down, I thought, you know what? I had the urge to stand up and to go back to the camera and to like pause, see where I was sitting, and then record again. But now my alarm went off. So the pause, I needed to like the pause was start automatic. I wanted to have it in one cut, but anyway, subhanAllah, it should be like that. So where was I stopping? So yeah, I was telling you guys that I wanted to look that I'm really like in the middle of the frame, you know, like to have it so good, but not only for the other people, but also for myself, that I look at this and I'm like, yeah, okay, like this is perfect. But when you really think about it, for who are you doing it? You tell yourself it is because of yourself. You tell yourself because I want to have it so good that I am satisfied with. But for what? Imagine no one would see that video. Imagine no one would see that and you would never ever get a reaction on it. Wouldn't it be then irrelevant? SubhanAllah. So this is one thing what I want to talk about, and it is distortions. And I want to make so many videos about this because I think this is one of the biggest struggles we face in our society today, that we have certain distortions in our mind which prevent us from taking the right action. And subhanAllah, I include myself. I'm talking first and foremost just for myself, to my younger self. Because when you now think about it, that you do it not only for your sake, not only because you like it, there is a fear of getting judged. There is a fear of getting this one comment from someone in the end of the world, commenting on why you are not sitting right in the center of the frame. So what does it mean to have the opinion of others, especially from an Islamic point of view? I always need to think about our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When you imagine that he had in the beginning no one, he was alone, like by himself, not even with Khadija radiallahu anha. He was literally just alone by himself, getting this revelation and is shaking and like having these imaginations that you are the one who now has to carry a whole new message. It's the same one, but we know that. But I mean, like in terms of like you have to the final revelation, better said. Even now, for example, normally I would cut this now out, and because I don't have like a misspelling, because I want to have it right. And this is what I mean. Like I'm really sick and tired of this perfectionism. Imagine our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would have the same mindset. Subhanallah. He had to think about, wait, I need to go to strangers, telling them that their whole life and the whole society is wrong, and I am right, with not having the full revelation revealed to me right now. Imagine that pressure. Imagine that responsibility. SubhanAllah. And we are sitting here in our jobs, working in our side hustle, in our business, because we are business owners, and thinking we are someone. And thinking, what close rate do you have? Oh, what revenue did you make? Which funnel tool do you use? SubhanAllah. And you can see this in every aspect of your life. Like, I mean, really, like every aspect of your life. For example, you want to just go out and market yourself. Like you have a service, or you have a dream. Let's say you have a dream, and you are literally blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He put something inside of you. Maybe it's from the shaitan, maybe it's from your nafs, can also be it. Or like other people just say, oh wait, you have a dream, it is only from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No, your nafs can also trick you. The shaitan can also trick you. Maybe it's just your desire. But let's say you have a dream and it is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He sends you down, he sends a mission to you in your heart. Like you feel this and your intention is like really to do this for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But now you are in front of the action. Between you and the goal is a gap. And when you think about crossing a bridge, you need to have a bridge to come from A to B. But this bridge isn't built yet. The only thing what you have is bricks. And you need to build it. But you don't have a fundament. Like you don't have anything else. You have just to figure it out by yourself. And what most people of us are doing then is we get so stuck in our head. And especially with the most dangerous thing, and don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan on the other side of it, but with the most dangerous thing called AI. In that specific sense, AI can work perfectly for you. Like if you have a task, he should schedule your calendar or do some admin task for you, great. But as soon as you start delegating your thinking process, you start losing your own touch of everything. And you start losing the dream what you have, and you convert it into a dream of AI. And let me talk from experience, because I was literally 1 year and a lot of the time in the AI of Alex Omozi, spending the whole day creating documents in the right ICP document, in the right offer document, in the right acquisition script, in the right acquisition channel, instead of having the right conversations, and just putting myself out there. And even if I put it myself out there, but however I sounded in every single video, I wasn't myself. For 5 months, I uploaded. There's like maybe one or two excuses, but like for 5 months, most of the days, I uploaded 2 reels a day. 2 reels a day. So for 5 months, those are like over 200 reels, which I uploaded. And I've generated over 300 subscribers on Instagram, over 600 subscribers on YouTube, and over 600 subscribers on TikTok, something around that, or 400 subscribers on TikTok. And one thing what I really thought for myself was, how could I upload every day 2 reels and still have not over 1,000 subscribers? Like, I mean, like, the interesting part is, I deep down, I knew why that is, but when I reflect back, I thought, why didn't I change something earlier? I really executed. I just executed. And this is with the perfectionism, the interesting part. Because perfectionism is not only in the pre-production, that you, before you go online, you do you over-optimize, but it can be even in the execution. You know, hanging on that one single document what you're sending out, hanging on that one single presentation what you want to send out, and hanging on that one single content channel, and posting every time the same content, kind of like the same reels, which didn't get any kind of attraction or traction in general. So, subhanallah, I want to share this perspective with you, because I think one of the most valuable things what you can do for yourself, if you don't struggle, and this is the most important part, don't struggle with the nafs al-amara, or in general with a heart that sins a lot, because seclusion, like to be with your own, like I am just in the wild right now, was that what I was missing? To just be with Allah Azza wa Jal and yourself and your thoughts. But I had a client which told me, as soon as it is silent, his mind starts racing. And he cannot stop thinking about the wildest things, and even about some traumas. And when you go then out just by yourself, it can be very dangerous, because the nafs can take over and you do something what you don't want to do. But I think this is the main journey. To learn what is your problem, to learn what is your struggle, your personal struggle. And when you cannot really be with yourself right now, ask yourself why. Why do you need constant stimulation? I have a friend right now, and I love him from the bottom of my heart, and he's telling me that he needs to work with rain sounds. Imagine, like your whole day when you are working, you have raining sounds on, and he is in a sales role, so he's talking to other people. But when he's not talking to other people, to concentrate himself, he is working with rain sounds. And he doesn't realize that this constant stimulation is what leads to a deeper problem, to be with your own. Because when you are with your own, with yourself, just by your own, of course thoughts come up. And also intrusive thoughts come up. And we get to learn how we can manage to deal with them. And we get to learn how we manage the perfectionism. Because I think what I am doing right now here is trying to be a good example for every one of you who struggles with... SubhanAllah. My iPhone storage was full. The last few days and the whole last year, to be honest, was just such a sabr test. Bravo. And it really showed me how important it is to reflect and to learn about yourself. Because what I wanted to say is that we get to learn to handle this perfectionism, and to give you a good example. And I try to be the best example, and I try to be someone which not only preaches but also live what he preaches. And I'm definitely not perfect. This is what I definitely realized in the last year. SubhanAllah. I do a lot of mistakes, but one thing what I can say with a from the bottom of my heart is that I really try every single day. And if there is something inside of you which doesn't let you try, not even trying, then you should definitely reflect on yourself and ask yourself, what is that? Or what could it be? Because I will explain in the next videos something about our human, about the whole human being in terms of how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us with the 4 phases, or especially with the 4 types of human or Islamic psychology. What is very important to understand, so you understand how the human being is created. So you also see where you or find where your personal bottleneck is. Because every one of us is individual. But the one thing what I want to say is what I try to do with this video and why I will literally go back and just cut it in the way that it is like the minimal effort and just upload it and trust in Allah that the right people will see it. It's because Imam al-Ghazali said something very beautiful. Or let me correct, I think there is even like a hadith from Umar radiallahu anhu, Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu. No, like the same. Why cannot like say his name? Subhanallah. Anyway, and right now I have the urge to say it again. But anyway, so he said when the shaitan was facing him, you know the story that he changed the side of the street. And I was asking a friend, why was this the place? Like how did Umar radiallahu anhu had that? You know, that strong iman that the shaitan fears him. Allahu Akbar, like imagine like he's changing streets. You know, like you have a desire and then he's like, no, I don't attack him. Like subhanallah. And he said something what Imam al-Ghazali like later explained in his Ihya, I think, is when you have a desire and you know it is bad for you, you should do the double amount of the positive behavior on the other side. So let's say you don't want to work out, you then go especially working out and working out very hard just to show your ness and show your ego, no, I'm the one in control. Or let me give you another example, which a lot of Muslim people can relate. You don't want to smoke. You are smoking cigarettes and you really want to stop smoking, but it is hard. And you cannot stop directly. What you want to do is you want to go, and especially, of course, it depends on your different individual situation, but you want to, like, every time when you have the urge, you want to do the double amount on the other side. So, for example, you want to smoke, then you want to go as far as possible in the other side. For example, working out, or for example, like getting fresh air in your lungs, you know? And there are, of course, like so many other things I could talk about, but I think this is a good time to round this up so you understand that perfectionism should not be and cannot be the reason why you and I, people with so much potential, are just stopping or being stopped by ourselves. So I hope this helped, and inshallah to the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.